Well, I knew tonight would be an emotional night. I just didn't know it would be right at the beginning. Give me the strength. Give me the strength. How are you guys doing? And happy anniversary. Woo-hoo. We have been doing this 52 weeks now. Wow. Just incredible. We've got to get Arnaldo in here, and we have to get Michelle Noy. Oh, see, they're just instant. See, that's what happens. I'm telling you guys, look, see, you said right there, we need to get Arnaldo in here. Boom, there he is. That's it. What you do, right? That's how it works. And then we'll get Michelle Noy in here, and then we will be official. Tell you a little story. So for nearly 20 years, I produced a TV show called The Bassmasters. I say I produced. I was on the production team. And the guy who was the co-founder of Bass Fishing, Bob Cobb, was the producer of the TV show. He had been the editor of Bassmaster magazine. Any of you who have been into fishing or have a husband that's been into fishing, you go, oh, yeah, Bassmasters. So Bob and I worked together. And as it worked out, I ended up doing the editing, and Bob had a place there in Dallas, and we flew a lot together, and we traveled together, and we covered the events together. And you get the idea. 15 years of being on the road with somebody, you really get to know them, and you develop an incredible. Oh, is this Cheryl? Is this Cheryl? No, Kevin. Hey, Kevin, how are you? Sorry, I was wondering if Cheryl's going to make it. My friend Cheryl is just super, super sick. So those of you guys showing up as Facebook user, if you want to, you can hit the link at the in the post that where this live is. If you click that link, it just tells Facebook that it's okay to put your name up here like that. And you might have to refresh your screen, but I think if you just do that, if you want to, and if you don't, that's fine. So Bob and I, we've got a new person here, I think. Kelly, is this your first time on Facebook? Yeah, Cheryl's really sick, you guys. She got it flying home from the first and only time that she's traveled since the pandemic, and she gets COVID on the plane. Well, Kelly, it's good to have you. Welcome. Trying to see some new names here. So, hey, Tom, good to see you back, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. This guy is living a power life, I'll tell you. I mean, putting all this to work big time. Good to see you. I've got a little surprise if you stick around, Tom. A blast from the past. Cindy, hey, how are you? Glad to have you, and thank you. Appreciate it very much. Nancy's headed to North Carolina. She's going to be in our group this week. Just can't wait. Oh my goodness. I'll tell you what, if I make this through, it's going to be amazing. All right. So let me tell you about Bob. So like I said, you really get to know somebody when you're traveling that close. Bob is now 85 or 86. I'm 62. So there's your age gap. He was kind of like a father figure to me. And my dad, as close as we were, yes, thank you, Tanya. Absolutely. Welcome to everybody that's first time here with us. So glad you're here. My dad was never in really good physical health. And so Bob was kind of my outdoor dad. He loved the outdoors, and we did a lot of stuff together. So then, I left, and time has its way, and we didn't have the internet back then and all that. So lost touch there through a series of years. And then our other cameraman, Bo Anello, who left us in this past year with liver cancer, reconnected us. And so Bob is in Atlanta. I'm about 3.5 hours away. So I've been down a number of times to see him. Well, the guy who started the whole thing was a very dynamic individual, a leader, just a true character, as smart of a guy as you'd ever see, sharp on his feet, Ray Scott. And again, if any of you know about bass fishing, that's a name you know. Ray died about 3 months ago. He had a long battle with Alzheimer's, and it was a long, slow goodbye. And Bob has even at 85, and Bob lost his wife a few years ago to a long illness. He's just hurting, and he's not handling it well. And I reached out to him about 2 weeks ago, and just to see how he was doing, checking in. He didn't answer. He didn't answer my text. He did literally 6 minutes till 8. And it was a really touching message. Shows you what's important. So, just think of Bob tonight. And now I've got to get through the rest of this. When I was going to church in Dallas, we went to the church, First Baptist Church. The pastor was W.A. Criswell. And W.A. Criswell had a set of pipes like you've never heard. And that man could yell fire and brimstone, and it would be heard in the next county. And in his, well, all of his years, but in his later years, he would cry when he was preaching. He would just get touched at those beautiful moments when he should have expressed emotion. And he said, oh my, he said, I have asked the Lord to relieve me of that. WA, I need some help right now. Because I have it too. Water signs. God, can't take them anywhere in public. All right, I have been mentioning this. Check this out. I wanted to show you guys this. This is the last one. I couldn't get the others. I thought maybe I could go back and see all of the dispute notices from Facebook. I couldn't find them if they're in there. But this was the last one from last Monday that triggered all of my kind of going off on this thing of, wow, this thing is really having an incredible impact. Okay, I gotta, here's one of my special ones right here. Oh, Sophie, I'm so glad you're here. I am so glad. Thank you for stopping by. Oh my gosh. Wow. It's so amazing. She has the most precious little girl. She decided that she wanted a baby in her life, and she got a starseed. And she's going to be raising one of these conscious kids that's going to be coming up to save the planet. So, Sophie, you have important business to do. You take care of it. Thank you for stopping by. So I've had like 4 of these, and I will definitely capture the next one that comes up, and we'll look at it together. So when this said UMG accepted your dispute and released their claim on your video, they're talking about hearing music playing. Now listen, do you, everybody you hear any music? There's no music. There's no music in here. There's no music outside. There's no music anywhere. But when we meditate, the Facebook servers are hearing music. So I thought, UMG, who is that? So I looked it up. That's Universal Music Group, as in the Universal. Look at their brands. I'm like, this is like, holy cow. So I just thought that was just so funny. Oh my goodness. Somebody's humming, the angels are singing or somebody, and that's being generated by love. So it is just absolutely incredible. Yeah, it's a big wow. All right. So that was the one thing I just wanted to show you guys. I thought that was just so amazing. So I don't know. Yeah, United Music, Universal Music, just incredible. All right, boy, this has been quite an eventful evening. I don't know how many of you have seen the last couple of podcasts, but we've been talking about this apparent shift in consciousness, but split in timelines. I was talking to Lynn Schaefer, the co-creator of Healing Convergence, and I've got a surprise. Oh, there we go. See, we're all good now. We're all good. Now I can relax. Now we're complete. Hi, Michelle. So I was talking to Lynn earlier this afternoon, and afterwards, we're not going to get on Zoom, but after the meditation, which I am going to be time conscious here, if Lynn is available, she had one little thing that might conflict with this, but if she's available, she's going to jump on here on StreamYard and do this with me. And we're going to talk about some stuff that I think you'll be very interested in. So it's this timeline stuff. It's a drill down on this timeline stuff and how we're relating to it and how we're making decisions about what we're going to let into our life and what we're going to exclude and how we can think through this. You know that Lynn has the beautiful mind coach. I've worked with her on several things. She has an incredible process of working you through identifying and shifting things that are silent subconscious drivers. I mean, her little method bubbles stuff up to the top. So it is an incredible process. She is going to join us if she can after the meditation. So if you can, stick around. All right. So here's the deal. And this is so when this, I think, plays right into this. I think what's going on here plays right into exactly what's happening with the timeline thing. So, oh, you know what? Before we go into that, because I want to go from there right into the meditation, I did find a couple of things. Tom, I told you I was going to show you something. This was one of our early slides. I went back and this was in a slideshow, and I found it. That this is how we did it in the early process: setting an intention, lighting a candle, speaking our intention out loud, and we just morphed that. See, and then we would sit together in meditation for 15 minutes, but it was silent, so everybody was kind of on their own. And then just a quick little close. And, and then that morphed into what we're doing now, which is just incredibly powerful. And this was one of the intentions that we did, and I'm going to bring this slide back up, so I won't dwell on it here because we'll do this. I thought, let's just bring it back. It got us to a good place. Look at there. One of the follow-ups, Tom would do this Clubhouse audio thing. I miss those. But yeah, that was just part of the fun early days of this. Oh, this is, yes, back here. This is something that I think you might want to get a journal out and take a couple of notes, because we're going to do some things that you might want to jot down and capture. So just stuck that little slide in there as kind of a reminder. So what's coming up for me is that, obviously, you know me, I'm going to always frame this under the Saturn and Pluto conjunction that happened in January of 2020, January 12th, 2020. And that, if you trace it back, when it has appeared in Capricorn over the last 1,000 years, it has always been an era shift from something that was dominant on the planet to a new dominant on the planet. But what was kind of the aha today was, we're at the beginning. We're not, everybody's talking about moving from 3D to 5D, and where everybody's energizing, and that's why you're having all the fatigue and everything, is you're getting all these energetic downloads. The Bible, and Jesus said in the Bible, you can't put new wine into old wineskins. That was a metaphor. Today, you would say you can't. You can, but what they were dealing with back then, to them, a wineskin was a bag that today was the equivalent of a barrel. Listen to me talking about fermentation. I used to. Today, you would say you can't put new wine in an old barrel. You have to make a new barrel. Well, see, the barrel fixed the problem. But back then, they used skins, hides. And if you put the new batch into an old, used up skin, as soon as the fermentation process took off, that thing would just spray all over everywhere. So the idea is the old has to be replaced before you can add the new. So I think we are way premature in this. If you just use that as an analogy, just say, we have to get rid of what's broken. And that's going to be the challenging side of this. And if you look at history, it always has been. That's why it got so important to talk about these timelines, because they are separating. So it is new team, old team, new path, old path. And I was talking to Lynn this morning, and we were talking about trains. You're standing at a depot. There are two trains sitting side by side, train A, train B. All of your friends want to get on train A. But you know that train B is the one that's, when it pulls out of the station, is going to peel off to the right and go to the place where you want to go. What do you do? It's like my little intuition story about the two couples that flew together to JFK Airport to go on TWA Flight 800. And one of the wives said, I am not getting on that plane. She had an intuitive awareness that was dangerous, or just absolutely do not go. It's that kind of a thing. What do you do? The other couple decided to go on. They got on train A. They didn't listen. See, the crowd, this gets tough. And this is why I asked Lynn to join us tonight. I hope that she's available. So the crowd will want to pull you to train A and go to the bar car and have a big party. Oh, it'll sound fun. And this is where I think we have to really grapple with some choices about how we're going to be. What decisions are we going to make? So it's almost like you have to choose train B. You have to choose the upper path. You will be pulled to the lower path. See what I'm saying? So here was the little exercise. If you have something to jot down, I thought maybe think about in your life things that could pull you to the lower timeline. Things like another person. I mean, we've already mentioned several, right? Friends, another person. It could be a partner. It could be a relationship you're in. It could be a job. It could be a culture. Could be health challenges. Could be recurring situations. I tried to make a note of several here. So if you want, hey, Sophie, thanks for joining us. You guys have a good evening. Get some sleep, mom and daughter. Thanks for being with us. What are some things that could, as you just look out there and say, "Oh, you know what? This would pull me. This one could be a problem, or this one could temporarily get me down." Or like my friend Bob, Ray's passing was not sudden. They're both in their late 80s. And yet, here's something that could take you down temporarily. And that's maybe not the best example, but you see what I'm saying, is there could be an event you weren't expecting, for example. So maybe think about some things, and if you want to share, this would be a great little drop in. If you wanted to share a couple of things that come to mind for you, or one thing that comes to mind for you that might be a challenge. If you don't, that's fine. Just saying, if you want, it's open. I think one of mine is worrying about the future, because I'm seeing where, I don't know, I'm just observing stuff, and it's like, wow, if that went where they're saying it could go, oh, and that's one. So getting my eye off the ball. And that's why this is so important, because this is like that instant click that just says, up, right? You know that in any situation you go, okay, I don't need to focus on that. I've heard enough, and separate from it. So the dilemma is, how do we live functionally in a world that is populating train A when we want to jump tracks and get on train B? And Lynn had a really good point to that too, is saying that, you don't have to make that decision right at the station. It's like, huh? Okay, now wait. Yeah, you could be on train A, and anywhere along the journey, parallel universes of self, you could jump to train B. Now, that's not saying, party until 2 a.m. and, I'll jump trains. I wouldn't do that. Let's see what you guys are saying. Yeah. See, worry is a big one. The theme of these that would come up would be the things that are the negative energies, the low levels of energy, the below 200s levels of energy in Fred's book. Yeah. And I know Melissa has been dealing with this, like at school, jobs, work. It's wherever we encounter the challenges that come up. This is a big one, Liz. I'm so glad you said this. It's the old airplane thing, isn't it? When do we choose that we have to take care of ourselves first? What does that line look like? See, that's what I'd like to talk about afterwards. That's exactly what I'd like to talk about afterwards. So we will continue that conversation. Boy, you just hit some big ones, Kevin. You did. You hit some big ones. Fear and not trusting the universe to take care of my needs. Food. I know, and the thing that you have to think about on food is, they're saying, and I don't know if they're right. The astrology says it's possible. All these food shortages. I don't know. I don't have a clue, and I don't want to stir up a big thing, but it's like, look at this. Sugar. If food becomes an issue, and that's one of our crutches, see where I'm going with that. Health, being complacent. Wow, Mary, that's you know, to me, I think is one of the biggest challenges of our culture. I mean, this country was founded by rebels. Rebels today get shot. You know, the old slogan, pioneers get shot. Now it's rebels get shot. Nobody wants to challenge the system. If you do, you're all, you're labeled, blah, 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 blah. If you just want change. And at some point, we're going to change. It's happening. That is happening. Old belief systems, creating things, and what comes with that, probably, Robin, is guilt. Guilt is another big piece of this. Not living up to, well, here's one to think about. Are we not living up to our own standard, or are we not living up to expectations of others' standards? Do we feel we're disappointing and neglecting ourselves, trying to put the mask on our children before we put it on ourselves? See, this is why I wanted to talk to Lynn, to dance around that line. It's different for all of us. I am personally pretty withdrawn. Live up here on the side of a hill and don't know a soul in this county. Feel like I've moved to heaven, but I seriously sometimes think, should I go back to where I know people? Then I look at the weather forecast, and that quickly changes my perspective. But seriously, it's like, okay, all of a sudden I don't have all those distractions and I'm inviting them back. What? Y'all come on up here. We'll have a good time. And this is Train B territory up here, by the way. This is full on Train B territory. Y'all come up here and we'll play on Train B. Well, Diana, this is, see, if we were to put this in the astrology terms, it's where Neptune is in the United States chart. It's just being totally activated right now. And it is all about lies and deceptions, illusions, delusion, confusion. And that's where we are, right? And you know what? It really is at the point, in my opinion, very little. Very little. And that's why we have to construct a different belief system. And that belief system has to be built on love so that Facebook's music servers can go, you guys are violating 25 copyrights of music. I love it. Thank you. We're doing our job. We're just doing our job. Lynn, if you're on, I hope that you're seeing some of these things. Worry for sure. Let me make sure that Lynn wasn't trying to, worry for sure. Carrie, people you care about are trying to get on Train A. This is so tough. This is so tough because what I've been grappling with this week, since I saw the big announcement, since Facebook popped that up, and I've been grappling with this thing a lot this week. And let me get reset here. What I've been wrestling with is, how do we make these choices? Where's the line between I have to stand with my family, or I have to be a light to my family, or I have to help someone that I've been talking to this week, very close friend, family, dissolving, and not dissolving as in, the typical kids are up and grown and two people look at each other after 20 years of not knowing each other really, and they house is quiet otherwise, and they just say, I don't know you. Let's go find ourselves. Let's go find our life. I need a break. Not that. This one's full out war. I mean, stuff is flying across the room and alcohol is involved and the whole thing. So, these are very real situations, and I hear so many of them. How many people do I know right now who are either they are splitting up or know somebody? Probably half a dozen that I could just list right away. See, that's going to be tough. Like, you teachers have had a break. Now that's interesting. Hadn't thought about sugar being an element for empaths. Have to think about that. I'd like to know more. Expectations of others. Brittany, isn't that the truth? Especially when you're reliant on people. Oh, Robin. Wanting to be on train B, wanting to take the higher path, and then feeling guilty because we're watching others take the other path. Thank you for the comments, guys. This is great. See, that's what I've been grappling with, Melissa, is where are those lines? And we have to do it not in judgment. And that's difficult here too. I mean, these are tough challenges. See, and these things that have invaded our culture lately, like Brittany's saying here. New decisions, like things like we're not equipped to make these decisions, and we have to make them that fast. Yeah, Tom. Excellent on that. Yeah, I've been doing the same, Arnaldo. Doing a lot of juicing. Made a delicious big old juice this afternoon. Oh, wow. Challenges and conflicts with people who I considered a friend. This is what's going on. Brittany, these things are separating. See, this is why I'm saying this separation of timelines. And we think, see, we've said it on here a number of times. We've had it on the slides. Don't think that these times are normal. Ooh, here's a nice one. Lynn had another. Okay, here's something from Lynn. I don't know if I've seen Lynn in here yet. Maybe she wasn't able to make it. But one of the things that she said is, I'll just put this little microphone up as a prop here for a second. Maybe. All right, talk into it this way. So here's the object at hand. See that? Here's the object in question. If you push against it, just by pushing against it, you are magnifying the issue because you're giving it attention, you're giving it focus. So if you push against it, Where your attention goes, energy flows. What you focus on expands. Great point. So when you push on something, you're giving energy to it and you're expanding it. So when we say, I'm just going to move away from that, or Lynn had a line that she uses, she says, wow, isn't that interesting? Which is another good pivot point. Oh, and then you can take off in another direction. Wow, isn't that interesting? You're acknowledging in a nice way, but it also gives you a swing point. One of the things that I do think is important is that I think one of those boundaries is time. One of those boundaries is time. How much time are we going to allow others to access us during this phase? And I think that's a boundary that needs to be explored too. One for the journal notes. Now this one is interesting, and I want to see how many more. Wow, we've got a lot of comments. Okay. Because I do want to get to the meditation so that we can do this little after thing. Wonder, Lynn, maybe if you are in here and I might not be seeing you with the Facebook thing, would you text me and just let me know that you're in or out? We'll just know what to do there. Thank you. Just shoot me a text. So you guys know my story, that over the last 13 years now, I took what wasn't working, sat there for a year and picked it apart, and then said, there's one thing I knew at that time, 2008, 2009. I knew what I was doing wasn't going to work anymore. So that allowed me to make radical changes. And then when you make some radical changes and you see that they work, then maybe you get quicker to make more changes. And one of my faults is I can move too fast. That's for sure. Do things too quickly, jump into something without giving it a little bit of time. So personally, I'm probably on the other side of willingness to make changes. And yet trying to be now more cautious and careful because I feel that there is this momentum heading in a direction that needs to just be one step forward, one step forward, one step forward, rather than, oh, go down here, oh, go down here. No, it's like, for me, it's bring it in, focus, focus, focus. People who know me well, it's like, Thomas, you should focus. So guilt, back when we were talking about guilt for the path that we're trying to choose. I know this is a tough deal. So yeah, we've talked about it. Robert's talked about it. I catch Chris for little blurps, which of course with his podcast is not doing it justice, but he may have very well been talking about that too. But I believe that we are already divided. In fact, that's tomorrow's Fun Astrology podcast. We talk about that, this aspect that's going on right now with the North Node and Mars. We don't do astrology here really, but that aspect that's difficult. Listen tomorrow and you'll catch what we've been talking about it Friday too. But I'm like, it's one of those aspects that everybody's like, duck, hide, go, run. Oh, this guy's gonna fall. Are we gonna get through this thing tonight? And I was like, wait a minute. First of all, let's don't go predicting stuff. Second, we're already in it. It's already happening. I found a statistic, 238 countries, or 238 places since 2017 have had major protests about mostly economic and political. I talk about it tomorrow, but that's it's already happening. We're in it. And this is why I'm saying we have to choose. We have to choose. And you're here choosing love. We're going to get to that. These are great, you guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to just scan down here through. All right. Hey, Jordan. Thanks for being with us. Glad you're here. Thank you for stopping by. So we get the picture, and thank you for the participation. That was great. I really appreciate you guys really carrying that and showing us all sides of this. So we have two trains. And we know that the key to train B is love. Now bring it all back full circle. And let's start to kind of sink into our meditation. I shared this last week, but it was afterwards. Some of you may have dropped off. I just noted that in the language the Bible was written, or at least translated into Greek, they used 3 words for what we say as one word, love. Because when we say, I love you, if I were to say, like, Tanya, I love you, everybody's like, oh, what do you have going on? You know, like, oh, what are your motives? It's like, you know, and all this stuff. And really, that's sad. In Greek language, they would have said, I love you. They would have used the word agape. And everybody would have known exactly what it means. Agape, spiritual love. I love you as a soul. I love you as, I could even say, brotherly. I met Tanya in South Carolina, coming through in Lord Jupiter. I'm getting Lord Jupiter back this week, I think. I'm going to get it over here on this side. I'm so excited. It's 2 hours away right now, and I think it's going to be over here if everything works out. You could even say brotherly love, you know, like I love you in some kind of kinship, two people on the same side of a struggle kind of thing. And for those special people in your life, you use the word eros, as in erotic, physical love. So we catch it all with one word where really we should be using 3, because it's easy then to just say, I love you. Jordan, I love you for being here. Now, see, she's first time here. She's going, ooh, this is a weird group. But when you understand it in this context, Jordan, been listening to iTunes for a year. I love that. And I love you for listening. And I love that you're here tonight. There's nothing inappropriate in that at all. See, we need the freedom to be able to say that. That's my point. We need the freedom to be able to say, I love you openly and know exactly what we mean. Nothing threatening, nothing uncomfortable, no pigeoning, no positioning. You're just sharing your soul. You're connecting your spirit. That is what Facebook servers are hearing when we tune up the music. We're sharing love. We're sharing spiritual love. It's incredible. You see the point on that? So we do this in preparation. I did like seeing this from behind, from what we used to do. So if you want, you can join me in saying these. I'll read through them, these first 3 lines, these first 3 sentences. Now, really, we'll just read it all. If you're in a place and you can, if you don't want to, that's fine too, of course. We come together now in spirit from across the earth and beyond. I love that. What is that, CE5? Let's bring them on in. Watch for blinking lights out your window. We are one in mind and one in energy. We join our hearts, souls, minds, and intentions for divine healing. What if up? I will find the up in everything. Now we join hands across time and space because energy knows no limits. We send peace and love to each other and to the world. Love is the answer. And this verse I still love from Proverbs. I guard my heart, for from it flows everything I do. Maybe that's our answer to the dilemma that we've been exploring tonight. Hopefully it's quiet where you are. And let's connect in and fire up Mr. Zuckerberg's servers. Let's give him a good one tonight. Let's give him a concert. What do you say? You on board? Yeah. Let's do this. We stopped doing individual meditations because the group meditations were just so powerful. There's one thing that's been going on here, and that is the group energy. There's nothing about my space or your space that makes this. It's us, all of us. And you know what? Everybody here, every single one that is watching this is on their own struggling journey. So what do we bring to the table? We connect in love, but we bring worry, fear, concern, questioning, all the stuff we just talked about. You see how we don't have to be perfect? Far from it. Remember last weekend, I came running in here. I was hot. I forget what I had done, but something. And then tumped the camera over and the light hit the wall, like breaking my camera 5 minutes before we're supposed to go on. You know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what kind of day you've had. It doesn't matter what kind of week you've had. It doesn't matter any of it. Don't feel like a failure right now. You are love. We are connecting with the highest emotion in the universe. And we get to lay all that stuff aside for a few minutes. That's the beauty of this. I think the other significant thing is that we've been sharing it out to the world. I mean, if we just kept it in, then Zuck wouldn't hear it, would he? So it's sharing it out that makes the music play in other places. That's a beautiful thought. So let's just kind of zone in here. If you like to keep your eyes open, if you want to close them, I like to close them. I like to focus right here. Well, I am going to take a bit. I am doing something that is the chai tea recipe from it's on the funastrology.com website under the freebies. There's a chai tea and kundalini yoga meditation and exercises, all kind of stuff there. Free download. That recipe from Hemet. And then I'm adding a couple of things. I've got a little bit of just a splash of apple cider vinegar, a little dab of cayenne pepper, because I like a little spice. And then I'm putting cacao in it. get a sip before we do this. I mean, incredible. And I use stevia. So if you guys want to shuck some sugar, there's a good way to do it. All right, so let's just hone in here. Becky, we love you. Thank you for joining us during your dinner hour. She's in California, and I know it's not the best time. Thank you for being here. And yeah, isn't it something that we're taking a place where otherwise there's just a lot of not pretty words? Let's see, I was trying to get on Jordan's. There we go. And we're taking that and making it a positive. You want a positive? I saw this driving back from Lake Junaluska. It was on TikTok. The guy showed a picture of, he said he had 168 acres in the desert. And I mean, it was flat and desolate. And he didn't know what to do with it. He said he brought in earth movers and started digging a hole. He said 20-something earth movers over 24/7 shift. I mean, this hole cost a lot of money, but working 3 months, they dug and dug and dug and sculpted and leveled and flattened and planed, and finally the hole was finished. Big, huge hole in the ground in the desert. And then he let time pass, and rains do fall in the desert occasionally, and the hole filled up with water. And he sold it. It was a perfectly designed water ski run park. And he said that what he sold those 24 acres for dwarfed what the rest of the property was worth. That's being positive. Let's touch our computer or whatever phone or whatever you're doing or using, and tune in to love. Tune in to What If Up. Tune in to digging holes in the desert. Finding ways to make it better. Standing for ourselves first. What are you going to choose? And then asking for wisdom and guidance to know what to do with the rest. Let's do our ohms tonight. So just get all centered in. Take a second to get centered. There's no rush. Time is an illusion. Take a good deep breath. I am loving awareness. Say that to yourself or out loud. I am loving awareness. I am loving awareness. I am loving awareness. By being loving awareness, we love everything we see, everything we are aware of. And we bring that loving awareness to our group connection now. We are scattered all over the United States and even across to another continent. If Carrie's here, we're on 2 other continents, at least. I am loving awareness. Just say that a few more times. Say it to yourself. I am loving awareness. So we do come together now in spirit, bringing all of our humanity with us. And that's what makes it perfect. We are connected. We are together. We are one. I love thinking about this. You've seen names coming through on the screen tonight. As you think about some of those names, choose one that you would like to share holding hands to the person on your left. Put that person on your left. They may have just felt an energy bump right there. And then think of a person that you've seen their name come up or somebody you know is in the room. Put them on your right. But then connect all the other people that you can think of, and then all the others who you can't. Just connect them as a grid around you, like a big globe, big ball. They're all connected. One line, there's a person. Another line, there's a person. They're connected, and then a third person is connected, and you get the idea. Sacred geometry right here in our own group. And in that shared connection, let's remember some special requests. Tanya's dad has been diagnosed with esophageal cancer. My friend Cheryl is fighting COVID. Has been very sick this week. My friend Bob, whose world has been shaken and rattled with grief. And then put your own requests into the space now. Just speak them into it. We are loving awareness. Go ahead, put your requests out. Just see the people, see their hurts, see their needs. We are loving awareness. And now this is going to be a bit of an energy jolt. This is all in the ball, this grid that is comprised of all of us. Person to your left, person to the right. As best you can, bring all of the loving energy of the last 52 weeks into the ball. Bring it in. Move a whole year's worth of weekly meetings and love and intentions and sharing and caring and standing and bring it all together. Can you even stand the energy? You might have to back it off a little. That's intense. Get it where it's comfortable for you. If it's too much, just back it off. That was a jolt. But you feel the power of it. In fact, if you felt it and you had to back it off or step away from it a bit, I think that was probably only 1 or 2%, the whole pie. And now we've got a little ball, this little grid ball that we've constructed. Let's surround it with white light to protect it for a minute. So the ball is glowing and now is inside a white bubble. We're going to put our own mask on first. For everybody else connected to the grid, and all of those lines of fears and worries and doubts and angst, hurts, losses, pains, arguments, lost relationships, dying relationships, fading relationships, health challenges, all of it inside the bubble. It's okay, it's safe here because the bubble is sizzling with love. It's okay, we can handle this. Put it all in the middle of the ball. Just take it away from everybody. Take their concerns, take your concerns, take it all away from everybody on the grid and put it into the middle. And now look away from it. Don't look at it. Look away from it. So it's in the middle. It's just there. You don't see it. You're not giving it more energy. Just through your thought alone, for everybody that's on this call and the people who will watch the replays, dissolve that energy. Just dissolve it, vaporize it. Say to it, I love you. Fears, worries, doubts, I love you. Concerns, uncertainties, lies, I love you. I'm sending you loving awareness. And then all of us, a chorus of all of us strong, say, I am loving awareness. And all of that has to go. It's no longer welcome in the ball. It just fizzles. The energy dissipates. Gone. Still in the bubble. Now send everybody in our group love. Send it around. Spread it out. Say to someone, I love you. And know what kind of love you're talking about. Know exactly what you're talking about. I love you. Sarah, I love you. Melissa, I love you. Michelle, I love you. Jordan, I love you. Robin, I love you. Ken, I love you. Brittany, I love you. Becky, I love you. Tanya, I love you. Linda, I love you. Liz, I love you. Say it around. Mary, I love you. Arnaldo, I love you, brother. Tom, I love you. Good to see you back tonight. Susie, I love you. Diana, I love you. Miss Annie, I love you. You guys are so awesome. Just let that love flow around. Kajota, I love you. And everybody who is showing up as Facebook user, I love you too. Send it around. God, do we need this? Make it a bath. Keep it in the bubble. This is just ours. If I didn't mention your name, I apologize, but I love you. We'll catch up on the other side. How does it feel to just be loved? No strings. You don't have to have it all right. Just to be loved. Now let's peel back our bubble and send all this love out into the sky. Peel back the bubble. Open up the grid, open up the bubble, and just send it up into the sky, and then let it completely shoot up and radiate around the whole planet. And especially send it to Facebook's music servers and YouTube's music servers. And let's see if we can blow both of them tonight. I can't wait to tell them, you better watch through that. I don't think there was any music. Got some crickets chirping out the window, but no music. I am loving awareness for the planet. Send it to the whole world. It is that powerful. The earth needs love right now. In the same way that we felt that love with each other inside the bubble, let's give it out now to the world. You think, oh, we're not making a difference. Universal Music Group. Here's classical music. I am loving awareness. And now in this space, in this powerful energy, set one intention for next week. And put your intention into the grid. And now let's send our collective intentions out into the universe to be fulfilled. If someone from another place, another location, another country needs to help you fulfill your intention, send it to them. Send it out there so they pick up on it. And we support each other in all of our intentions being fulfilled. We take a deep breath and let's just say a collective soft Om one time. I am loving awareness. I'll let you know. Brittany's intention. Oh, Brittany, you are precious. Kind of hard to talk. For those of you who are in the can't sleep afterwards crowd, I'll join you tonight. I know. Thank you guys, because this is you that makes this possible. Share your intentions if you want to. This is Kathleen. Kathleen, I'm sorry you're going through this. We certainly sent those prayers up for you. Fred mentioned levels of music and talked about that in level energy and chants. He was saying that Om is up in the 700s, which is beyond really our energetic awareness. You guys are just the best. Thank you for making it a great year. And what's really special is that a very perfect group of you will be here. Thank you, Brittany. Oh, you are so precious. You just bless my heart. We don't even think about it. We just say, she can't. God, the things we take for granted. She's here every week. Thank you, Brittany. Wow. You got me. Yeah, absolutely. when I said, have somebody on your left, I had Brittany. Who said energy overload? Oh, man. Thank you, Brittany. You just bless us so much. You don't even know. You don't even know. You are so loved here. Did you see what Sarah did? As only Sarah can do. Oh, how beautiful. Well, Becky, the only thing I've got is get on the right train. Just get on the right train. I'll tell you what, probably was appointed that I don't think Lynn is here. Let's just stay in this space. We don't need to talk more tonight. Did I miss something? Oh, who is that? Wow. Thank you so much. Oh, I want to get this. Yeah, let's just sit in our space wherever we are with this. Yeah, we know. Hop. Oh, goodness. You guys are the best. So thank you. Thank you for a great year. Michelle, thank you for being here through the whole ride. She's been in every one of these and has the notes from the beginning. Incredible. Thank you for that. And thank you guys for, wow, this thing has grown. I mean, too. Oh, okay. Well, I'm scrolling. Oh, that's beautiful. Wow. And coming from you, Michelle, thank you. Thank you so much. And you know, Michelle's been here. And Michelle's been here, and her son is fighting cancer, and it's serious. See, when you get under the stories here, it is just incredible. You get under the stories of what's going on in people's worlds. It's just incredible. Yeah, thank you. I agree. Michelle is a beautiful soul. See, it's just, I mean, this is what's so magical about this place. And it's all you guys. Somebody showing up every single week. We've done this. And her son has cancer. And she's, thinks about it all day, every day. And that's the beauty of this. Wow. Okay, I need to go get it together. Thank you guys so much. I kind of am out of words, really. Let's just take the ohms and the love out with us this week and make a difference in the world, huh? No judgment for those who are not on train B yet. Send them love. They may never choose train B, but we can. And maybe as they see our light shining, they'll find their own path. All right, some of you I will see here. Tanya, are you going to try to day trip it if you can? So we'll see some of you here, and I'm so looking forward to that. And we're gonna get to do this in person. I'm thinking those of you who are staying over Sunday night and leaving Monday, that we'll do it here, and we'll just do it in here. It'll look like I don't know how many people are going to be around, but we'll just gather up. It's not a large place, but it'll be great to have everybody's energy in here. So, so those of you who are coming, safe travels, and I can't wait to meet you in person. And it's going to be an amazing and way too short time. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Thank you for a great year, and I can't wait for the year ahead. It's going to be incredible. And we will be standing in love every Sunday night right here. Sending you the very best. I love you. Thanks for being all the way to the end. Have a great week. See some of you here. Bye-bye.